thick, the stars hung low. No words to say, but hearts that know. We sat by the fire, shadows on the wall. Your eyes met mine, but nothing called. The silence stretched, a heavy weight. In the stillness, we both waited. No need to speak, no lies to break. Our quiet held more than we could take. That night we stayed when silence screams, holding on to shattered dreams. Words unsaid, but loud and clear. In every hush, I felt you near. The fire flickered, just like our hope, trying to catch what slipped the ropes. No apologies, no blame to cast, just two lost souls stuck in the past. The quiet spoke what we couldn't say. A river frozen, unable to sway. That night we stayed when silence screams, holding on to shattered dreams. Words unsaid, but loud and clear. In every hush, I felt you near. Maybe someday the words will come to mend the breaks, to beat the drum. Till then we sit in the quiet script, sailing on this silent ship. That night we stayed when silence screams, holding on to shattered dreams. Words unsaid, but loud and clear. In every hush, I felt you near. No sound was made, but all was known. In silence deep, our seeds were sown. Silent roads and worn out boots and miles rode their tale on me. Every crack and every bruise, a story hidden deep beneath the sea. Those nights I spent beneath the stars, chasing dreams that felt so far, hands scarred from the fights I fought, the lessons that life quietly taught. The past is a map you can't erase, lines and marks that time can't replace. But those scars, they led me to you, like trails through the woods that only the brave pursue. Every mark a stepping stone, faded photos and unspoken dreams. The battles bruised but didn't break. They carved the heart you chose to take. Words that speak of where I've been, paths that twist and bend and spin. But those scars, they led me to you, like trails through the woods that only the brave pursue. Every mark a stepping stone guided me to a place I've known. In the dark, your light broke through. Those scars, they led me to you. In every line, a battle won. In every bend, the rising sun. Mouths beneath the skin, a story too real to ever pretend. Those scars, they led me to you, winding roads that only the patient knew. Every mark a stepping stone guided me to a place I've known. In the dark, your light shone through. Those scars, they led me to you. Silent roads and worn out boots, the miles wrote their tale on me. The road was long, the night was cold. Held your hand, tried not to fold. We started out with open skies, dreams as big as morning light. But storms rolled in without a sign, and we held tight through every fight. Sometimes love feels like a price you pay, but walking away is harder every day. And what love cost us is more than tears. It's sweat and time through all these years, holding on when the world's unkind. We found the strength in holding tight. Late night talks and worn out boots, wishing for some honest truths. But through the cracks, the light still shows. In every bruise, our story grows. It ain't easy standing side by side, but it's the fire that keeps us alive. What love cost us is more than tears. It's sweat and time through all is more than tears. It's sweat and time through all these years. Holding on when the world's unkind. We found the strength in holding tight. The road goes on, no clear end in sight, but I'd pay the price to hold you tonight. The sun fades slow on that old back road, where laughter and secrets used to unfold. Dust kicks up from our hurried feet, a town's quiet watch where young hearts meet. We carved our names on the tree and promise forever, you and me. The radio played our favorite song. We thought those days would never be gone, but time slips by like a restless stream, and nothing here as it seems. Between the goodbye and the forever, we were fire, wild and untamed, caught in the pages of the attic, where youth and memory are framed. Holding on to a moment's tether before the world called our names. The diner corner where we used to meet, coffee cups and trembling feet, your hand in mine like it was fate, before the seasons made us wait. Dreams fell soft like the morning rain. Some things we lost, some we gained. Between the goodbye and the forever, we were fire, wild and untamed, caught in the pages of the attic, where youth and memory are framed. Holding on to a moment's tether before the world called our names. Now the years have lined our faces, but in my heart those places stay. The laughter, the tears, the stories shared in that attic where we dared. Between the goodbye and the forever, before the world called our names. And I'll come back to that old place where time stood still in your embrace. I remember the morning light, soft and slow, coffee cups left warm on the window's glow. Words that stumbled out, not quite right. We had our fights, but still held tight. You wore that old blue jacket, frayed at the seams. I had my stubborn ways and quiet dreams, late night talks that spun like fireflies, truths untold behind our eyes. We danced around the edges, never quite in sync, holding on for moments faster than we think. Simple or clear, two roads twisting far too near. But before the last goodbye, beneath that open sky, I wished we could have tried a little more, just you and I. Monday morning, late night calls, growing pains between these walls. Your laughter still rings in the back of my mind. Memories we made, the ties that bind, moments we held tightly, slipping through like rain. A story unfinished, love's bittersweet strain. We were never easy, never simple or clear, two roads twisting far too near. But before the last goodbye, beneath that open sky, I wished we could have tried a little more, just you and I. Now I see the winding path, every wrong and right, the way we battled storms and held on through the night. No promises left unspoken, no bridges left to burn, just the lessons learned and the corners turned. We were never easy, never simple or clear, two roads twisting far too near. But before the last goodbye, beneath that open sky, I wished we could have tried a little more, just you and I. No regrets as the day folds slow, just a tale of two hearts that tried to grow. The night grows heavy, but we don't fold. Two weathered hands, gripping tight, the story told. Coffee's cold, but the fire still burns low. Your eyes catch mine like a long forgotten blow. Road's been rough with turns we didn't plan, but here we stand, side by side, still holding hands. Promises whispered under stormy skies. Every doubt we face met with steady eyes. When hearts don't quit through all the doubt, we find a way to push it out. Tangled dreams in the midnight air. Hold on tight, 'cause love's still there. Footprints fading, but we're carving new trails. Sunrise paints our hope like a morning sail. Mistakes like stones are just steps on this road, carrying the weight, but never alone. Hands warm but strong, like the roots beneath. In this dance of doubt, it's you I believe. When hearts don't quit through all the doubt, we find a way to push it out. Tangled dreams in the midnight air. Hold on tight, 'cause love's still there. Some nights the silence feels a little too loud, but you and me, we don't fall, don't bow. What's in the fight and every scar that's shown? We build a love that's ours alone. When hearts don't quit through all the doubt, we find a way to push it out. Tangled dreams in the midnight air. Hold on tight, 'cause love's still there. Night fades slow, but we still stand tall. When hearts don't quit, they conquer it all. The road unwinds beneath my boots, worn but steady as before. Sun setting low beyond the pines, and I'm still standing by that door. You said it wasn't forever, just a pause between the lines, like a train that must keep rolling past the fading porch light signs. Your suitcase full of reasons, mine with memories to fill, caught somewhere in the silence where time refuses to be still. Between goodbye and forever is where hope shouts loud enough to hear. On the edge of something different, with every step on growing cold on the kitchen table we once knew. Windows show an empty hallway where your shadow disappeared from view. But the morning breeze in softly, carrying a promise like a thrill of the days that stretch before us if the silence bends to will. In the quiet, there's a stirring, faint but firm, a restless thrill, a pull to chase what might be waiting past the ache that time can fill. Between goodbye and forever's where hope shouts loud enough to hear. On this edge of something different, with every step both far and near. I'm holding on to maybes in a place that feels like will. Right here, right now, between the goodbye and forever, where the heart stands still. Old letters packed in dusty drawers, words that almost say it all. But some stories aren't finished till we're willing to fall, to risk the roads dividing, to mend what time has pulled, to find forever in the moments when goodbye feels the cold. Between goodbye and forever's where hope shouts loud enough to hear. On this edge of something different, with every step both far and near. I'm holding on to maybes in a place that feels like will. Right here, right now, between the goodbye and forever, where the heart stands still. So I wait here by the highway where the past and future bend, standing still but moving forward, where beginnings meet the end. Remember those nights by the riverside, fires crackling, stars lighting up the sky. You laughed like the world was ours alone. Every moment felt like coming home. We'd race down dusty roads in your old truck. No map, no plan, just a reckless kind of love. Your hand in mine, sunburned skin so free. Back when the future was just you and me. Every secret we kept, every promise made, carved in the corners of those sweet summer days. I'd do it all for you, all over again. Run through fire, fight through the flood and wind, just to feel that wild heartbeat under the moon. Back when we ran wild, back when we were young. Remember that field where we lay and dream, the sky painted gold, so close it seemed. Your laughter carried through the warm night air. Two restless souls without a single care. Every secret we kept, every promise made, carved lived in the corners of those sweet summer days. I'd do it all for you, all over again. Run through fire, fight through the flood and wind, just to feel that wild heartbeat under the moon. Back when we ran wild, back when we were young. Time moves in slow motion when I close my eyes, brings me right back to those open skies. No need to chase what the years can't undo, 'cause everything's still there when I think of you. I do it all for you, all over again. Run through fire, fight through the flood and wind, just to feel that wild heartbeat under the moon. Back when we ran wild, back when we were young. Back when we ran wild, back when we were young. Under flickering street lamps, cracked concrete in my shoes. The city's lost its sparkle, but I'm still locked on you. Broken windows frame our memories, graffiti tells our tales, neon signs drip like teardrops in the cold and pouring rain. Cracked sidewalks bear the footsteps where we once dared to run. Even here in faded colors, girl, you're my only son. I keep picking you, babe, where the walls wear their scars. In the ruins of these streets, you're still the brightest star. No matter how the skyline falls or the night turns blue, through this broken city, I'm still choosing you. Rusty fire escapes and alleyways hold secrets we confide. Every cracked brick whispers promises we vowed to never hide. The rain-soaked benches where we sat, your hand still feels like mine. Even when the cities crumble, you make the chaos fine. Some say it's lost cause, some say I'm out of view, but in the wreckage, darling, I find my truth in you. I keep picking you, babe, where the walls wear their scars. In the ruins of these streets, you're still the brightest star. No matter how the skyline falls or the night turns blue, through this broken city, I'm still choosing you. When the city's lights fade out and silence fills the air, I won't be lost or wandering. I'll find you standing there in the middle of the wreckage where all the hopes once flew. I stepped through every shadow just to be with you. I keep picking you, baby, you're still the brightest star. No matter how the skyline falls or the night turns blue, through this broken city I'm still choosing you. Yeah, no matter what's shattered, no matter what's through, in this broken city I'm still choosing you. Soft winds call your name tonight, underneath these open skies. Every mile that lies ahead, I'd cross it all for you instead. We faced the storms, felt the rain, tried to run through all the pain. Every step brought us alive. With you, I'm ready to survive. When doubt crept in around the bend, I found my courage in your hands. No matter what the road will do, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. I'd ride the wild winds, break the chains, face the night and all its flames, through every turn and every tide. I'd do it all just to stand by your side. The quiet moments in the dark, stars fading slow before the spark. In the silence, your heart's tune keeps me grounded, lifts me soon. Though the road is never clear, I'll walk with no trace of fear. As long as your hands in mine, I can cross any borderline. I'd ride the wild winds, break the chains, face the night and all its flames, through every turn and every tide. I'd do it all just to stand by your side. When the world tries to pull us apart, I'll keep the fires burning in my heart. No doubt can change the path we choose. With you, there's nothing to lose. I'd ride the wild winds, break the chains, face the night and all its flames, through every turn and every tide. I'd do it all just to stand by your side. Slow strings hum as the sun slips down. Quiet roads in a sleepy town. 2 cups of coffee, one last chance. The night was ours, the night we danced. We parked by the river where the fireflies glow. Windows down, that old radio. You told me stories from a life you've known, and I watched the stars as they found their throne. Sky painted deep in navy blues, every word I hung on to. The clock kept ticking, but we didn't care. Time slipped away into the air. Oh, midnight, in our hands we held the world so close. No rush, no past, no future goals. Just the beat of 2 hearts and the stories we'd send. Like a gentle storm, warm hands in mine where it felt like home. The road stretched on, but we stayed right there underneath the stars without a care. The hours blurred to a velvet hue, nothing else but me and you. In that small town on that quiet street, the world was perfect and complete. We didn't want the magic to quit. Moments like these are why we stay, holding tight until the break of day. Oh, midnight, in our hands we held the world so close. No rush, no past, no future goals. Just the beat of 2 hearts and the stories we'd say. We stayed until the end. With you, my soul's forever friend. Slow roads wound through these broken streets. Neon signs flicker where our past meets. Coffee's cold as I wait in that old cafe, trying to find the words I lost on the way. City cracks beneath the street lamps glow. You left footprints and sidewalks I know. Every corner holds a silent vow. Still choosing you, I wonder how. The skyline's cracked, but I still stare through dusty windows. I'm always there. Crossroads beneath neon lights, broken cities hold our fights. Even when the streets fall through, leaking pipes. Just like the tears from our faded nights, I trace the cracks where our dreams once grew. In every shattered piece I find you. Signals flicker but my heart's clear. With every broken street I persevere. Crossroads beneath neon lights, broken cities hold our fights. Even when the streets fall through, I'm still choosing you. Underneath the street lamp's tired glow, some things don't change, they only grow. With dust on leather boots, I stand anew, ready to face this town with you. Crossroads beneath neon lights, broken cities hold our fights. Even when the streets fall through, I'm still choosing you. And as the morning cracks the night, I'll keep standing, holding tight. In broken cities, love stays true. I'm still choosing you. The house is quiet, but it don't feel like home. Rooms filled with silence, where laughter once roamed. You said we'd build on trust, like bricks lining the wall. But the mortar cracked and the colors started to fall. Promises painted on a foggy old window pane, waiting for sunshine, but all we got was rain. I tried to hold the pieces, but they slipped right through my hands. Every word that we didn't say was harder to withstand. Built from broken promises, this house came tumbling down. The silence screams louder than the biggest crowd in town. Every step on the hardwood floors sounds like a distant war. Built from broken promises, can't love hurt anymore. The kitchen table's covered with the dust of what used to be. Empty chairs and empty words, our history is a faded melody. You walked away with heavy boots, kicking up the past. I'm left trying to gather pieces that weren't meant to last. The countdown ticking louder than a midnight train. We traded colors for the silence, and all but I still hear the sound of all we built and all that came unwound. The highway hums beneath my skin. A restless heart won't settle in. Stars above, but none that shine. Searching for a sign. Old diner glowing mile 29. Coffee cold like the hands of time. Your photograph behind the glass, still looking like the past. I keep turning those worn pages, hoping we could find the places where silence wasn't so loud. And we made no promises to break down. If you still believe tonight that stars could guide us back to life, I'd follow every faded sign on these midnight roads and faded lights. Rust on old trucks by the roadside. Memories come in waves and tides. Laughing under summer rain. You said you'd never leave the pain. I still hear your voice at dawn in every place that feels so wrong, but maybe somewhere in between there's a story yet unseen. If you still believe tonight that stars could guide us back to life, I'd follow every faded sign on these midnight roads and faded lights. Maybe some roads are meant to bend. Not every broken thing must end. Hold on to hope like a flame, calling out my weary name. If you still believe tonight that stars could guide us back to life, I'd follow every faded sign on these midnight roads and faded lights. So here I am when night feels wide, waiting on the other side. If you still believe tonight fire's low, the night is still, hearts beating loud against the chill. We've been down this rugged road, carrying loads nobody knows. Words like stones thrown in the wind, but here we are, not broken, not pinned. Every scar tells its tale, every wound might yet heal if we hold on tight, if we don't let go. There's a place where we can grow.
The city falls quiet, streetlights beam low. We duck down in corners where no one can know. Remember that night when the power betrayed, windows all dark, the usual signs stayed away. No buzzing of wires, just the hum of our breath. In that sudden stillness, we found life beneath. No screens to distract us, no flashy disguise, just stories and laughter under wide open skies. We survive the silence when the lights go out, held on to each other while the world spun on the kitchen table. Old songs played on memories, both worn and able. Our voices, they filled the room, carried high and clear. Every shadow a story, every quiet a cheer. When everything's missing, when noise falls away, the warmth of our presence is what chooses to stay. We survive the silence when the lights go out, held on to each other while the world spun about. No electricity could dim what we found in the dark. Our hearts kept a steady sound. No flickering screens, just the crackle of firelight. We spoke without words, just knowing felt right. The night wasn't empty, it was full and alive. With every shared breath, our spirits would thrive. We survive the silence when the lights go out, held on to each other while the world spun about. No electricity could dim what we found in the dark. Our hearts kept a steady sound. So when the blackout calls and the world slips away, we'll gather close in the warmth of a quiet day. The sun was setting over Maple Lane. Two kids with dirt on their shoes and dreams to claim. Alive beneath the cottonwood, heart still wild and free. Never thought what we'd find would mean so much to me. You wore that faded flannel, old blue jeans with holes. I had my first guitar and a stack of worn out goals. We talked about forever on that rusty swing. Said we'd chase the morning, no matter what life would bring. Years went by like rivers, changing who we'd be, but your smile stayed steady, a constant melody. Still picking you from all the faces I've seen. No matter how the road bends, you're my evergreen. From those young reckless nights to the now and through, I'm still choosing you, just like I promised to do. We built a little house on town's old edge, painted dreams on the porch, made our own pledge. The world spun faster, but we held our ground. In every crowded room, it's your hand I found. Some days tested our patience, tried to pull us apart, but your laugh was the compass that guided my heart. Still picking you from all the faces I've seen. and clear. Still picking you from all the faces I've seen. No matter how the road bends, you're my evergreen. From those young, reckless nights to the now and through, I'm still choosing you, just like I promised to do. Here on this porch, under the sky so wide, with you by my side, there's nothing to hide. Young hearts made a promise, and it still rings true forever and always. I'm choosing you. It was late in June, the air was thick and warm. We found our spot on Cedar Lane, away from a storm.
The porch light flickered soft, a steady, tender guide, and there we sat, just you and me,
With nothing left to hide.
The fireflies danced above the old garden gate, our laughter tangled up with the night, refusing fate. You pulled your jacket close, the world felt paused in time. Every word you spoke painted pictures in my mind.
We didn't plan on forever, just a moment to stay, but the stars leaned closer in, begging us to delay. Oh, the night we stayed again beneath the endless sky, where stories lived in every breath and dreams would never die. On that weathered porch with your hand holding mine tight, we found more than just midnight. We found our own light. Morning crept slow, but we didn't want to leave. The scent of jasmine clung to us like a secret reprieve. Your eyes caught mine through the dim and breaking dawn, and in that silent moment, a new song was born. No promises made, just a pause in the race. Time stood still on that porch, carved out our own space. Oh, the night we stayed again beneath the endless sky, where stories lived in every breath and dreams would never die. On that weathered porch with your hand holding mine tight, we found more than just midnight. We found our own The world can wait outside those creaky porch rails. In this quiet moment, we write our fairy tales. No need for grand plans or a map to follow through, just the warmth of your smile and the night painted blue. Oh, the night we stayed again beneath the endless sky, where stories lived in every breath and dreams would never die. On that weathered porch with your hand holding mine tight, we found more than just on something that never ends. Kitchen's cold, 2 mugs sit untouched, story unfolds. Coffee steams, but eyes don't meet. In this quiet, we feel the heat. You say the words aren't clear no more, like pages torn from a worn-out score. I've got your back, but you're pulling tight, fighting shadows and fading light. The porch swings creak, tells its tale, promises bent beneath the gale. If you still believe, don't let it fall. Time's thin thread can hold us all before the silence turns to stone. Let's find a way back home. Hold on to what we have tonight before we lose this faded fight. Hearts aren't perfect, love's no art, but there's a fire burning in our parts if we're still standing at the start. Hold on to what we have. Remember walks down county lines, small town lights, those old front porches fine. The laughter caught in summer's haze, that stubborn light in your gaze. We've cracked a bit, the paint's worn thin, but underneath it's where we begin. If you still believe, don't let it slip through fingers holding fractured grip before the distance writes the end. Reach out, let's mend. Hold on to what we have tonight before we lose this fading fight. Hearts aren't perfect, love's no art, but there's a fire burning in our parts if we're still standing at the start. Hold on to what we have. There's no rewinds, no takebacks here, just crooked roads and hope sincere. If you still believe, then don't depart. It all begins with stubborn hope. Hold on to what we have tonight before we lose this fading fight. Hearts aren't perfect, love's no art, but there's a fire burning in our parts if we're still standing at the start. Hold on to what we have. So here we stand beneath the stars, holding tight to who we are before the night. Hold on tight. Late night highway under fading sky, Tires hum a steady rhythm, time slips by. Memories packed in boxes on the sea. Every mile I take pulls me back to where you sleep. The coffee's cold from that old roadside stop. Your laugh fills the silence in the teardrop shop. Dusty boots hanging by the front porch light. Can't shake the feeling we're still tangled tight. Tried to run away from what I thought was pain, but all the roads I traveled lead me back again. Every road led back to you after all this time. From city streets to the woods where the stars still shine. No matter how far I roam or how much I try to hide, the journey ends where your heart resides. Burnt out billboards and neon lights can't replace the warmth in those quiet nights. Your porch swings creak, the garden wild with bloom. I'm finding home in the scent of summer's plume. Maps and dreams led me far, it's true, but the compass always pointed back to you. Every road led back to you after all this time. From city streets to the woods where the stars still shine. No matter how far I roam or how much I try to hide, the journey ends where your heart Hands in mine, under that cotton sky, I see the story where forever lies. No more roads, just you and me, where the world melts into memory. Every road led back to you after all this time. From city streets to the woods where the stars still shine. No matter how far I roam or how much I try to hide, the journey ends where your heart resides. Now the highways stay behind me, clear and new. All my paths have brought me here with you.